call our first city council meeting to order on January the 6th, the year of our Lord 2020. The first thing we have on the agenda is prayer. I've asked that our nation starts with prayer, our state starts with prayer, so I thought we as city council would start with prayer and pledge of allegiance. So can we all stand up, please? And let me open the word of prayer, and then we'll have a pledge of allegiance. Father, thank you for a time of just coming together as a city, Father, and lifting our needs up to you. Thanking you, Father, for a city that we live in. Thank you, Father, for a city that cares about each other and about you, Father. We lift these meetings to you. We lift this meeting up to you. Pray for your wisdom, for your discernment, Father, for your presence. Give us wisdom in all that we do and all that we say. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next on our agenda is the roll call.
Mayor Amy.
Here.
Chris Albertson.
Here.
Bill Hoagland.
Here.
Rick Mans.
Here.
Christian Evans.
Here.
Chuck Rose.
Here.
All present and accounted for. We have a new landscape. And, so first thing I would like to do, first off, I want you to notice we have a camera over here. And city's purchased a camera so that your city council meetings will be filmed, your board of works meetings will be filmed. We're going to put this on the city website. We're also going to put it on YouTube. So we have plans so that everything is open to everybody. If you miss it, you can watch it. And if you miss something, you can rewatch it. And see what I see, what you see, what our employees see. So we're going to be able to put things up here so you can visualize everything that's going on in your city. I want you to know what's going on in your city. I want you all to be part of this. But first, I want you to go down the row to make sure everybody knows who everybody is. So, Chuck, let's just start with you. If you can tell us your name, what district you represent, something about yourself as well. If you'd like to do it.
My name is Chuck Rose. I represent District 4. This is starting, I guess, would be my 24th or 25th year on council. I guess it would be 24. I am retired from Scott County District 2 as a teacher and an administrator, and looking forward to getting started in a new decade. I feel like our city faces a lot of challenges, but we also have a lot of good things working, so I'm optimistic about the future for all of us.
Amen. Amen. You've had Chuck is the senior member here, and as far as years on the council and in government, you've also had something very special at Lexington. Chuck was the principal of Lexington School System. Tell us about nationally what you received, Chuck.
Terry, that's been several years ago, but I guess my last year as building principal, we earned the distinction of being a National Blue Ribbon School. I got the privilege of going to Washington, D.C. and accepting an award from the Secretary of Education on behalf of our staff. And I told Terry, I said that was the most rewarding thing that I ever got the privilege of doing, not because of what I did, but it was so validating for what I had watched my staff do for so many years, and it was a privilege to accept that on their behalf.
What's the percentages of schools that get that, Chuck, do you know?
Terry, I don't know, I think they said that 1/2 of 1% of schools are nominated each year.
So Chuck is very interested in education and has done a wonderful job. This is Christian?
Yep, my name is Christian Evans. I serve in the City Council for District 3, which is the northeast portion of the city, Lake Iola region, as most of us know. I'm very excited, second Chuck's thoughts here. exciting opportunity. There are a lot of issues that our city faces. I work full-time for the Building and Development Association in New Albany. We work with a lot of different municipalities throughout southern Indiana that deal with their own issues in their own right. I think understanding that experience, looking at that and relating that to our issues in Scottsburg is tremendous experience and something that I can bring to the table that will help all of us to improve, most importantly, what we're all here for is the improvement of Scottsburg. At the end of the day, no matter our differences, Democrat, Republican, we're here for the betterment of all of you and each other in the city. So I look forward to serving, look forward to helping, and if I can be of any assistance, I'd love to.
Amen. Thank you very much. This is our city council, Josh Stigler. Josh?
Yeah, I've been, this starts my 10th year of practice, starting in 2020, so I've been around the government representation a few times now. Mayor Bush in Austin, first day on the job there, he told me, you've got one job, keep me out of jail. So, we've been successful in that, so hopefully we can do the same here. But I think the bigger point is, honestly, is we all want to do the right thing, and given the guys when we're up here working together, and that's important.
Amen. Jan?
I'm Jan Hardy, and I'm the clerk treasurer for the city. I've held this position for 12 years. I was a former business owner before, and I'm just glad to serve the citizens of Scottsburg, and I'm proud of the reports we get with State Board of Accounts because I hold our department heads accountable to do the documenting right, and I can't print money though, Terry, so just so you realize I don't have the printing press yet, so but that's my role in the city.
Thank you. Rick?
I'm Rick Manns. I'm city councilman at large. I just started here January 1st, and so I'm excited about the potential we have as a city. We have a lot of things going for us. We have some challenges, but we're seeing tremendous growth near the river, and that growth is going to head north. And I look forward to working with our new mayor and our city council as we prepare for that growth. I'm a former administrator at Scottsburg High School, spent 8 years there, been a teacher for many years, and now back in the classroom teaching 7th grade, and loving every minute of it.
Bill Hoagland, represent District 2 here in Scottsburg, starting my 4th term. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And been a part of the city government, always been interested in everything. And there's been a couple controversial things that it's kind of chugged through the same time I've been here. And we've been able to maneuver, get through all that, and we're going to continue to do that. I'm a business owner here in town. Most of my family is here in Scottsburg. I was born and raised here, and happy to be back.
Thank you. Christian?
It's confusing. This time, yeah, I had to get it reconditioned.
I'm Chris Albertson. I represent District 1 here in Scottsburg, essentially the Beechwood Park neighborhood on over to Allen Street, going south down to Fairground Road, down to that area. So excited to be on the city council, served a term on the county council previous 4 years. It was a really good experience. Looking to bring some of that experience over to the city, and like everyone else said, just kind of doubling down on that and doing what's best for the city of Scottsburg and moving things forward. We are really in a pivotal time right now. With what's going on again down in the River Ridge region and all the growth that's coming up this way from down south. And I think if we poise ourselves and position ourselves right and make the right decisions, I think ultimately Scottsburg will see a lot of that growth and a lot of that just positive movement that's coming this way. So I'm super excited to be part of that. Want to commend Terry. I'm a big proponent of transparency and communication to the community. So to start off with the videos and things like that is just huge in my opinion. So good job there. Looking forward to serving with everyone.
So what you see, you've got a lot of new council, and we're going forward. We're going forward for this city, because this city's going to pop. We're going to do a lot of things. I want to tell you this. I want you to know that since November the 6th until now, I was thinking that November the 6th to 31st wouldn't be a lot to do. I was, 4, 5, 6 days a week, and kind of get caught up so I can come in here and kind of get the road running. And I'm planning on giving a State of the City address here in the early part of February. So as I continue to go through, we've had really a great transition. As I've said many times, Bill Graham, I told WKY and WRB News both that, I feel like I could call Bill Graham, had a question 6 months, a year into this, and he would help me. He said, you know what? I said, that's why I told the news this as well. So we've had a very good transition as well with the mayor, Graham, as well as with the employees. I mentioned in the Board of Works, we've had basically only 2 employees leave. And once I'm ready kind of to retire, step down from this, been over this building for over 20 years. And another gentleman is a little bit older than I am, and he was ready to retire as well. So we've had very good progress there. We're going through identifying issues. One of our main issues is our sewer, as you all know, as well as the Mid-American Science Park. Those are the 2 big issues we're addressing right now. We have a tremendous amount of hours in studying this, working this, so we're going to come for you here in February and give you a lot of statistics of what's going on there. So I've got more to say in just a little bit, but let's go forward in approval of the minutes of December 2016. December 16th of 2019. So.
Karen, since we only have one councilwoman that is here tonight that would have been at this meeting, Carrie, our past council, suggested I just get the people who were part of this to sign the minutes. So
We don't take their
is that part of
You got signatures in from that?
we're getting them. Yeah, we've gotten 3, and then he said we're going to take them. Bill Hoagland is here, but he wasn't present at that meeting on the 16th. So
they're going to approve the minutes as presented. Okay.
that's what, yes, if that's acceptable, Josh. I'm sorry I didn't reach out to you and say,
That's fine.
but I sent Carrie an email.
You would have the paper copy that they can sign, and you have part of your record.
We did.
And that's what,
Okay.
perfect. Yep.
We'll go get the people who were here that night. Thank you.
Okay, going on from there, we have a public hearing to vacate parts of High Street and Wanda Street. And Jessica is going to show us here, this is going to be ordinance number 2020-1. Ordinance first off to vacate a portion of Wanda Street in Scottsburg, Indiana. So we're going to show you where this is at.
And I apologize that I can't make this darker. On Wanda Street. So on Wanda Street, the portion that's being discussed this is where Wanda Street ends into a driveway. So it's this big loop that goes around, and the person that owns it owns both sides, and then this would be city property. These property lines don't match up exactly, but so it's just this portion that's being looked at.
So basically, all the housing kind of stops there with the Griffith housing and the Deaton house, or the Griffith house and Deaton house. Then there's a driveway going back to Bill's home.
Yes, and one of the things too is there are main transmission lines that go through here, and you can't build within 50 foot on either side, which is why this lot would not be buildable in the future at all anyway.
So,
Where does it stop? Does
It
it
stops,
stop at the park?
no,
The right of way. Where's the right of way stop?
it stops right at the property line.
Whose property line?
My understanding, the way this map shows it, it stops right at the edge of the city property line.
Is that the park?
Yes,
So it stops at the park.
the way that the property line map shows.
If that goes straight through there, it goes to the park.
Yes.
Because I see people walking down through there to the park. I know they walk on that. They continue to walk on the ex-mayor's driveway, all the way down to the park. So if that road, the right-of-way goes all the way to the park. So if you close that off, there's no other way to the park other than going down Lake Iowa. Is that right?
all we're doing is, my understanding is all we're doing is vacating the driveway. Is that correct, Jess?
It's vacating this section that comes from the end of the road down through that we, in the future, that the city, all they would have the right to do if we didn't vacate it, is to go through there and make that a road with a cul-de-sac at the end. Am I correct? Yeah. So that's all it would do would be allow us to, if we didn't vacate it, to allow us to go down through there and put a cul-de-sac at the end.
Or run it on head into the park. The city owns the park anyhow.
If those property lines are 100% accurate, this is the GIS version that they're a little shifted, as you can see, because they're in the middle of everybody's houses.
So, Mr. Hayes, I think what I understand you're saying, basically we have two ways into the park. One is via the south.
Lake Iola, you can go down to Lake Iola, two different ways there. But I see people walking down to the park all the time, going by my house.
Okay. So,
And there's a right of way going through there. If the city wanted to run a street on ahead down through there to the park, and to put a cul-de-sac there at the park, or parking at the park, I would see why the city would want to vacate that. Don't understand why they would want to vacate it.
and it's going to be up to council. So, is there discussion on council from hearing this? Yeah. It's a public meeting. So, is there other comments from our citizens? Would anybody like to see a parking lot put in?
Or a walkway, whatever.
That is all shaded and parked area. I doubt that we would ever put a parking lot in that middle of that. I mean, that would ruin the. I mean, I'm not saying that we should be a walkway or something, but I'm just the idea that we would put a parking lot there in the middle of that green space kind of defeats the purpose of a park. I mean, that's the ideal of a park, to have green space, and now whether we need to have retain a walkway or something, that's a different issue. But I doubt that we would ever put
If you vacate that, where does the property go to? Who gets it? Who gets the property?
It goes to the adjoining owner on both sides. In this case, it's Mr. Graham on both sides. So it would go to Mr. Graham. Now on the other one, the street, different situation, you have two owners, High Street.
If you vacate that, can they put a fence up at the end of that street?
It becomes their property, yeah.
So they could fence that off and you couldn't get beyond that end of that street.
Property owner just gets the property to the north towards the residence, or south of the residence too.
Well, in this case, it's kind of odd because it's the same property owner on both sides of the street.
Okay, okay. Harry, how many people on the average do you see walking down through there a day?
In the summertime, a lot of them. You know, in the wintertime, when I say a lot, I'd say probably 2 or 3 a day. And with dogs and stuff walking down through there.
Okay. Because whenever I would go on that walking trail and ride my bike down through that area, always went off close to the railroad tracks. So where I come across the east end of that property on the walking trail, I never thought about going down through there.
There's a lot of people come down through there.
Wow. Okay.
But they're all walking. I mean, there's no driver.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there a walk path to the north of this particular property that adjoins, that comes in and ties into that trail system? Is that right?
Right, if you can see this cursor, there is a trail right, paved path that goes around to the lake and back to the trail on that side, yes.
The trail on top of that runs
You
up
like-
Yeah.
to the hospital. There's another trail that comes off. I don't know what street it is, but it tees into that.
Is that where the dog park's at? Is that what you're talking about? It could be. There's a path at the dog park that goes down, to the big walking path that goes all the way around the city. That's the dog park.
Are there other comments for public hearing? Okay, we'll consider the public hearing closed.
Proceed with first reading.
Could we have questions?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, before we, I'd like to know how we got to this point, who initiated this request. Gary, you've been handling this.
Mr. Graham.
So, I just want to make sure I am.
Sure.
So, with a resolution or an ordinance of this, an ordinance like this, typically, they'll be introduced on what's called first reading. I don't know how much if you guys went to school or the book or whatever, but there is under statute the ability to, typically you cannot pass an ordinance in one reading in one meeting. There is a statute that allows you to do so if there's unanimous approval to do so. I think it's typically my understanding from your guys' past practices, the city's past practices is to introduce on first reading, and then in future meetings you can amend. If you're like at the State House and the way the legislature, first reading is pretty, just a formal introduction of the legislation. The next session, the second reading, would be the time to amend, make any changes, and then third reading is when it's formally passed up or down or rejected. So there is some wiggle room within that if there was an issue that's everyone unanimously supports to pass on one reading. That is up to the board. You guys can discuss that, or you can just let it be introduced on first reading and be back on the agenda next Monday.
Yeah, because that's, we're going to, this meeting today is because one of the reasons is this is our normal meeting, the first and third of council. But we're going to be changing that to the second and fourth, to help the clerk treasurer, on the second and fourth Monday of every month. So we're going to be meeting again on Monday. So is it the council's pleasure to go ahead and have a motion to pass this on first reading?
Would be a motion to entertain unanimous, entertain the passage on first reading unanimously. If that passes unanimously, then you can proceed and actually have a vote on the ordinance. So where I've seen this come up before, you may have one member that is staunchly opposed to it, but through discussion, public discussion, you get the idea that I'm going to be the only one that's going to vote no on this, so might as well go ahead and get this over with tonight. I'm going to vote to go ahead and we can address this unanimously tonight, and then you can actually, the next motion would be then to actually formally approve that resolution or ordinance, and you can vote no on it. So you would still be registered as a no vote on the substance of the issue, but whether or not to approve it unanimously, you can vote at your pleasure.
So what will council like to do? Do you want to make a motion to go forward, or you want to wait until next Monday, a week from today?
I'd mention just a little more information. We got way more information.
Okay?
A little better understanding of what's going on.
Okay?
So I guess as far as the motion, I mean, we could have, just go ahead and introduce it on first reading. So introduction on first reading isn't going to require an up or down vote. That's put it back on the agenda for the second reading. So we wouldn't necessarily need a motion for it. We would do that. Just introduce it on first reading, and then we'd be ready for second reading for next meeting.
Okay. So basically, we're just going to introduce this first motion then. All right. And let's go to the first reading of ordinance 2020-2, an ordinance to vacate a portion of High Street. bit different than what this first property was.
This one I don't have highlighted because so it's a little harder to see. This is straight down on Main Street here. Former Bush House, 2-story white house on the same side of the road on the right hand side. High Street comes out, and this is Shaspinski property. This is Bush property, and it's this section right in between that they currently use for a driveway. Bush property does.
High Street comes down here to the right, also doesn't it, Jess?
Yeah, it comes here, and then this is so that if it ever wanted to, we could extend it, but then it'd have to stop right here.
Because is there a home in this path as well?
Yes.
So, this is, again, orders 2020-2 to vacate a portion of High Street in Scottsburg. Is this what you want?
I mean, to be clear, as far as the public hearing, you might just want to make it open if there's anyone that understands that now you're addressing the separate ones, if there's any comment to be had on that. So it's listed on the agenda clearly, but just to make sure.
Is there a comment from the public on this property? It's just
Well,
right.
yeah, what about the access of that north garage to that property?
Access of where?
That north garage.
This tiny corner.
Yep, that.
I'm not familiar. What
Why
is
aren't
it?
you familiar?
I'm sorry?
Why aren't you familiar?
I don't understand where the point you're talking about. Is that an alley off of Owen Street coming down to the house?
No, it's a garage.
It's a garage?
Yeah.
A mechanical garage?
No, storage garage.
Is that not on a private residence?
Yes, it is. It's my residence.
Okay.
It's my private property.
Okay.
Now, if you divvy up High Street, the ex-Bush property on the north, Shaspinski property on the south, if you cut High Street in half, how do I get into that north garage?
Oh, is that your only ingress egress?
Yes, it is.
I see. Okay. I see. Yes, sir.
Doesn't he have his half to access it with?
If he's not a surrounding, here you have the landowner, I can barely see from where we're at, but
Right.
the surrounding landowners, under statute where it was a little more straightforward than what Cruz said, it's the same landowner. If you have two abutting landowners, they would split it equally.
What's
That's
that?
where his point is. It doesn't appear that he's,
Well, that doesn't get me across your half. If you take High Street all the way to the fence, that'll have his half, that'll have my half, and I won't be able to get in and out of that north garage.
Okay. So you have no way to get in and off Owen Street at all?
No.
And I'm involved in this one because it started last year at the request of Mr. Mills. Are you Mr. Mills?
Yes, sir.
There is a demolition order against the Mills property that he bought from the Bush family. That demolition order was issued when Mr. Bush had the property, Mr. Mills bought it. He intends to tear it down, as I understand it, and has to tear it down because there's a demolition order by the city. He had requested the city vacate that street because he needed, it would go half to the north owner, which would be Mr. Mills, and also is this Shaspinski property?
Yeah.
This part would go to Mr. Shaspinski then. So 20 feet, it's 40 feet. 20 feet to back to here would go to Mr. Mills. The south 20 feet would go to Shaspinski, and then the north 20 feet, that's right by the Shaspinski property. So Bobby would have access through this 20 feet and then make a left turn, and he would own that property, or actually, I think your sister Sarah owns it, doesn't it, Bobby?
Me and the girls.
That would be the access. It'd be 20 feet back to where the Shapinsky property starts on both the north and south sides. So Shapinsky would own all of it. That is adjoined with this little tract here where the garage is that Bob's concerned about. And as I understand it, this 20 feet, Mr. Mills has asked to be abandoned, so he'll have zoning setback requirements for what he's going to build on this lot. That's why the city started the petition to vacate High Street. High Street is obviously, it's open to here, it's platted here, and never been open. In fact, I didn't even know it was a street until Mr. Mills brought it up.
So does that help you, sir? I mean, you will have your ingress egress there then?
Well, I'm pretty well satisfied if that's the case. If there's access into that garage, I would agree with it.
Okay, you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Other comments, questions on this from the public? Okay, we will announce this portion of the public hearing closed. Council, what is your pleasure?
One motion to approve on first reading, is that what you're asking?
This is just a reading.
Yeah, if you want to bring it back on second reading, then
Okay, so that's my question.
Approve on first reading.
Are you asking for a motion to approve on first reading tonight?
That's usually the way I was.
That's the case, I'll make the motion to approve the request for the vacate on first reading.
So we'll receive a second then?
Yep.
So receive a second?
I'll second.
A second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Okay, motion passes on first reading. Okay.
Maybe one and that one to be moving along as well, same pace. When I was clear, there's a, normally this section, you can't pass it in one reading, which you can, that's why I was trying to clear. But there's, you need to do something on the first reading. I think we have a motion. Yeah, I can make a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 2020-1.
Okay.
To move it on to the second reading.
Rick makes a motion to pass on first reading, have a second.
I'll second.
Okay, second. So, any other questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Okay, so we passed on first reading on both ordinance 2021 and 2022. Now for some new business. This is going to go to council president. So, at this point, does council have a nomination for council president?
I would like to make a motion, a nomination of Chuck Rose to serve as our council president, if he's willing to do so.
I'll second.
Chuck? You accept? So do we vote on this?
Sure.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Welcome, Mr. President. And, now, the next thing is discuss the changing of council meeting dates. Like I mentioned to the public, that clerk treasurer mentioned that in changing the board of works from the second and then fourth day of the month helps her tremendously. So it puts her in a bind on the first and third. So that's what. That's where the board of works head is. So because I'm wanting to have the board of works at the same time the council meeting is, so you can just come an hour early and get the double feature. And, that was the reason for that. So, is there any discussion where that's concerned, anybody? Okay.
We're keeping the times the same, or?
Times will be the same, board of works will be 5:30, city council 6:30.
And if you don't mind me explaining a little more, it's just the logistics of paying the bills and paying them in a timely fashion. Had we left it on the 1st and 3rd, to move the Board of Works, when you look at February, I think the first meeting, the first Monday in February is February 3rd. We do not have many bills in the office on the 3rd, and neither would we have had time to have processed them. So to be able to make that process flow better, it works just to, if we want to vote on the same night, the 2nd and 4th works better as far as bill paying.
Any questions, comments? Is everybody okay with that? Okay. Okay. Any comments from the public? Okay. Announcements, Mike Chesser. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Just wanted to take a moment. I'm the executive director with the Scott County Visitors Commission. And we've been acting as a point for something that we think is pretty important for Scott County coming up here in 2020. But I wanted to address it everyone today and have you basically save the date. We're coming up on February 1st, Saturday at 11 o'clock will be the official kickoff and celebration of Scott County's 200-year bicentennial. Mayor Holcomb has been invited to this event. We've got other members. We'll be reaching out to all of you with formal invitations. But we'd love for you to be a participant in this event as we begin a year-long celebration of Scott County for 2020. So I just wanted to make sure that we got it on everyone's calendar.
And what's the location again?
It'll be on the Scott County Courthouse lawn. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So 11 a.m. February 1st. Also, Chief James Ritchie contacted me. They're going to have their annual fire meeting this coming Saturday at 6:30 at the Mid-America Science Park. And we have several volunteers who have been there for a year now. We're going to have a pinning ceremony where they'll get their badge. So as many of the council that can come and shake a hand, give a hug, and say thank you would be absolutely awesome. It's 6:30?
6:30? 6:30?
6:30, I believe, yes.
And council member and a guest, if you like.
Yeah. It's public invited as well.
No, this is just for the council.
Sorry. But I tell you what, we owe a deep debt of gratitude because this is a volunteer fire department. You know, we do have 2 paid, and there are several part-time paid. But these are a really dedicated group of folks, guys and gals. So, and going forward. So, again, what questions, comments do we have? I want to open it up to the public. I always want to give everybody time at the end. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, this is your time. We're here to listen. Very well. I want you to know we're here to serve you, and that's our job. And we look forward to doing so. So thank you all so very much for coming out tonight. Council, anything else? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? I'll second. We're adjourned.